Tiffanys content. From big city lights to tent city cold nights. We are in Los Angeles, California, and it is a huge problem for our homeless situation. At night, it gets to 37 degrees average, all the way down to 17 degrees. And you can see that this week's average temperatures for the night will be anywhere from 37 degrees. And you got some cooler temperatures even in the mountains. So just take a look at the crisis right now in California, and it is totally bad. 90% of the people are living downtown Los Angeles, and are homegrown Americans from, that state, or have moved there from another state but lived there for over several years and is now homeless. They're under freeways, and it is very sad. So right now they're trying to clean up a lot of areas, and a lot of homeless people areas was cleaned out when they came back the next day. And it's not just downtown, it's in the city, all through the blocks, and it's a lot of native homegrown homeless people, okay? And a lot of them are not receiving the help that they need. It's also a mixture with the migrants as well as the homegrown homeless people. It's just a big mess in California right now, and we definitely want to take a look at these cold nights that are coming ahead. This has been going on for over a decade in California, but now it is getting worse. And it also has gotten worse in the last year, and it has been cold nights for the people in California that are homeless. So right now we're looking at just, big city dreams down to tent city life, and it's all over the place in California. They have spent over $17 billion, in funding, trying to find housing and shelter for the homeless people there. And it's still a problem. As you know, I like to come with my receipts. So at the end of this, we're going to watch a video that explains it all. So just, looking at this video, you can see that it's not just the migrants who are in need of shelter. It's our homeless people that, have been native to America that are still in situations and cannot receive the help and the funding that they need. They also have the right of, housing and shelter as well. So again, I just wanted to share this video so that we can see that we have this problem in our own states. And it gets cold in California, and it's one of the top 5 that receives, homeless and migrants. So let's watch the video. Like, share, subscribe.
$17.5 billion. That's what California spent fighting homelessness over the past 4 years. At the same time, the homeless population of the state grew by around a third.
The problem would be so much worse absent these interventions. And that's not what people want to hear. I get it. We get it.
Here's some reductive back-of-the-envelope math. With $17.5 billion in theory, the state could have just paid the rent for every unhoused person in all 4 years. State did just offer to pay the rent. There just aren't enough affordable houses to go around.
Where are we supposed to go? I mean, this is what poverty looks like.
Dr. Margot Kushel was just commissioned to find out who is homeless in California and why, in the hope her data might fine-tune the state's response. Her survey has busted some myths. Myth number 1, most homeless people don't want a home. Not true. Participants overwhelmingly wanted permanent housing. Take Daniel and his disabled son, who live on LA's Skid Row.
You would take it if they offered you housing?
Yes, I would. Yes, we would. Together, yes. I'm his father, and we need it.
Myth number 2, many homeless people here aren't from California. Therefore, the state owes them nothing.
9 out of 10 people lost their stable housing here. These are Californians. We have to create the housing for all Californians.
There is a state plan to build 2.5 million more homes by 2030. 1 million among them must be affordable. But when it comes to housing, zoning is ultimately down to local government.
We've got communities in this state that are refusing to build low-income housing because they say it's all just rapists and child molesters. So that's the dynamic that we're facing.
Past 2 or 3 years, the state, they say, has built 13,500 affordable housing units. Baby steps. Christina Smith just moved into one after 5 years on the street.
I thought it was fake. I'm sorry. Until they gave me the keys, and then I was like, this is real. You don't believe it after a while.
Now to the why. Why do so many Californians become homeless?
Even when we did have a job and we tried to look for housing out here, it was like impossible.
Rent is too high because housing supply is too low, and many who fall into homelessness say it's really not by much.
One of the surprising things was how optimistic people were that relatively small amounts of money would have prevented their homelessness. For a lot of them, that $300 to $500 a month would do the trick.
But bigger picture, longer term?
At the end of the day, if we want to truly solve homelessness in America, we need to build more housing. That starts with us.